This is Chippy from my Omnia Pro blog with the Omnia Pro B7610 with the OLED 800 by 480 screen, the 800 MHz ARM11 processor. In this video I want to show you the browser and some of the features of the browser, and basically just do some browsing speed tests to give you an idea of what sort of performance you can expect from it. Pre-installed is Opera Mobile 9.5, which is quite a nice browser. It has some nice features, bookmarking, zooming, etc, etc. We're connected over the Wi-Fi here, and I'm hoping that I can zoom in well enough with this camera so that you can actually see what's going on. Let's start with a couple of mobile pages. Here is Google Reader. So we've got kinetic scrolling. The actual scroll works at half the speed that your finger moves. Sorry, it moves half the distance that your finger moves. I would prefer that it would be maybe 2 times the distance that your finger moves, but yeah, that's how it's set up. So let's open a little Google Reader article there. Fairly quick to get detail. Double click to zoom out, double click to zoom in, and it reflows the text as well. So no problems there on mobile sites. Let's go to something a little bit more taxing, and we'll go to Engadget.com here and load that one up. Now Engadget.com is a very graphics heavy site. It's got a huge front page, and it's quite intensive for download and rendering. I've switched Flash support off at the moment because, in fact, Flashlight seems to be really causing a lot of hiccups on this, and it's only needed for video sites. And in fact, to be honest, the processor is not powerful enough to run the Flash well anyway, so I'm tending to leave it switched off. So that's Engadget fully loaded there. You'll notice that there's some lag in backfill when you scroll quickly. There you go. There's you'll see the checkered pattern there underneath. But there's kinetic scrolling there. There's again some lag on the backfill. Double click to zoom in, and you'll see it reflow the text as well. So reasonable experience, and it's the same for most websites that haven't got too much JavaScript, and as long as you've got Flash turned off, the actual content is viewable pretty quickly. Even while it's downloading, you can zoom in and start reading the text. Zooming out, let's go for a couple of other websites here. So go to the favorites list. We're going to go to TechMeme. Now that's a very basic front page, not too much JavaScript, not too much Flash, and that should render pretty quickly. Already the text is there. It's still working out the layout and the page and downloading the graphics. And if I zoom out, it looks like most of the layout is done now. And if we double click to zoom, you'll see it reflow, and then we can click, and in this case go to the Boy Genius report. I like the fact that it gives you a little bit of feedback from the vibrator in here. When you press a link, you actually know that you've pressed a link, and that's really nice. You can also set it to give you audible feedback on that as well. So we're on Boy Genius here, scrolling around. Again, the backfill problem takes a little while to do that, but in general, the speed on browsing there. Now there's a Flash element that you'll see is not showing because I've turned Flash off. Now let's take it up a notch, and I'll also show you typing as well. We're going to go to full Google Reader site. So this is the Samsung on-screen keyboard, and it's not bad at all actually. So Google.com. I'll show you landscape mode in a minute. So this is reader.google.com, full JavaScript version, and let's see what it says there. Okay, and now it's starting to download the JavaScript. This is mainly a JavaScript page. What you'll see basically is that it takes a huge amount of time to process this page, and it's way over a minute before the page is actually rendered, and then actually moving around the page is pretty bad as well. So the JavaScript is now downloaded, and it's doing its Ajax work in the background to download the data into the page. Let's rotate that. Because it's using a lot of CPU, the rotation takes a little while, but there you go, you can see that the rotation at least is working. CPU really being loaded here as it tries to download and render the data in the background through the JavaScript. Let's put that into portrait mode again, and in fact I'm going to stop that because the time it takes to download Google Reader means it's really pretty unusable. Let's try a few other websites. Let's try news. Whoops. News. Okay, that web page is still trying to download in the background, and I'm actually having a little problem actually getting some text in here. As soon as we get away from that page, that should solve that problem. So news.google.com here, and I've switched to Opera to show itself as a desktop browser rather than a mobile browser. So we should get the full desktop Google News page. That's downloading this. Okay, it's not downloading now. There we go, and already we can zoom in. And basically, as I said before, using it as a browser is really not a problem. It's actually quite enjoyable for casual browsing. The text, the font size is really nice. Rotation works quite smoothly. Scrolling works quite smoothly, and this backfill doesn't take too long. He says too long to fill in, so it's not too bad there at all. Let's have a look at a couple more pages just to give you an idea. So UMP, whoops, MPC. Get the text right. It's a bit difficult to type while I've got the device offset for the camera. UMPC portal.com, and there's some Flash, some JavaScript, and quite a few images on the front page. UMPCportal.com. And on average these pages are taking around 20 seconds to complete, but the nice thing is, of course, you're able to get into the content before the page is complete, and even click links, start getting through to the article pages before the page is fully downloaded. Text is downloaded, it's rendering the page now, and we can zoom in. Should reflow, yep. In this case, no, it didn't. Yes, it did reflow, so it's always a nice feature that it reflows the text into one screen size. If we put it in landscape mode, it should reflow into that size as well. Not quite in this case. Let me show you the little zoom feature. Press and click, and then drag down to zoom out, and up to zoom in, up to 2 times zoom, and down to very small. Something's still loading on that page, maybe an advert or something. No, it's finished loading now, and it's reflowed as well, so that's good. What else? Let's have a test of something very interactive. How about Meebo.com? meebo.com. Let's go for that. Meebo is a pure... Oh, it's not Nubo, is it? M-E-E. Just delete that. So, Meebo.com. And It's trying to download the page. Zoom out. And there's the problem again with JavaScript heavy pages. There's just not enough CPU processing power to render and run the JavaScript without it taking far too long. Really, anything over 30 seconds becomes too long, in my opinion. And in fact, it looks like that one's completely failed to load altogether, so incompatible website there. Of course, you've got the keyboard as well, so you're able to type in text on the keyboard, which is fairly quick. Press return, going to google.com, Google Mobile. There's a lot of usage of information bars, but they move out the way fairly quickly. So, in summary then, pretty good for browsing with Opera Mobile. Very good for mobile sites. The text quality is fantastic. The contrast when you use it indoors is superb because of the OLED screen. And Opera Mobile has some very nice features as well. But it's really not good enough for interactive web pages, Java heavy web pages, and Flash doesn't seem to be working too well. And I believe it's Flashlight on this. So there you go. There's web browsing on the Omnia Pro B7610. This has been Chippy from the My Omnia Pro blog. Thanks for watching, and I'll try and get some more videos up of this soon, showing you the user interface and a few other applications on the device. Thanks for watching.